So today I decided to make a video and I wanted to kind of tell my story and tell you why I decided to change my gears and kind of go over to YouTube and go from a business owner, and I wanted to kind of step away from being a business owner and going into YouTube. Why I want to do these things, but that's the kind of the reason why I wanted to make the video today. I want to talk about what led me to this point right now, and I think it's many factors. It's not an easy thing where it's just a one sentence explanation. But I think if you are in my position or similar to my position, I think you would understand what I'm trying to say. But I've been a business owner for about 20 years now. Ever since I started college, I actually dropped out of college to start my own business, and I started about 20 years. I started in the discount store business, and it started out as a dollar store, but eventually it grew into a store where I ended up selling everything. So I call it just a discount store. But I did that for about 15 years, and everything went great. Business was great. I think in the beginning I enjoyed it a lot, but just like everything else, as you do something over and over again, the work gets tedious, and you eventually kind of grow tired of it, and you grow tired of your environment. It's not a challenge anymore. It's nothing new. It's kind of just the same motions over and over again. So around the 15th year, I decided I wanted to do a different type of business, and I wanted to open a business where I could make things and provide things where it would make people happy. And so I thought, why not do desserts? Dessert would bring happy people in, and if they bought my dessert, they'd probably be happy. So I decided to do desserts, and the first thing that kind of popped up was churros. And I think that came from my love from Disney. But the whole churro thing didn't work out just because of the I guess the politics of the building code and stuff like that. It didn't work out. So eventually I switched over to waffles. And then we added boba to it just as something to drink. So it became sweet waffles and boba. Now, in the beginning, it was kind of hard, just like every other business. It was hard to kind of start and hard to find my bearings because prior to this, I didn't have any experience in restaurants. It was, I went cold turkey. I went from not having a restaurant to having a restaurant, and everything that I learned was brand new. And up until opening a restaurant, I didn't have any experience in the kitchen, so everything was brand new. Making the drinks was brand new. Making the waffles was brand new. Running a restaurant was brand new. As daunting as it was also very exciting. I loved every single minute of it. Just like every other business, it has ups and it has downs. The downs were downs, but the up was very high. I enjoyed every single minute of it. We opened about 2 months prior to COVID, or 3 months prior to COVID, and then COVID hit, and you know the story. We shut down for a little while, but we bounced back very, very hard. Business just went through the roof, and we were just having a good time. During that period of my life, it was like almost euphoria because we were only open 3 days a week, and business was amazing. People loved what we sold. People were having a good time. They were appreciative, and life was great. Now, when you run a business, I don't think a lot of business owners tell you this, just like, being a parent is tough, but no one ever tells you that. But opening a business is multifaceted because it's not just, let's just say you open a restaurant. It's not just cooking that you have to be in charge of. It's not just making a good meal or making a good waffle. It's many, many hats that you have to wear. You have to be a manager of people. You have to deal with people's attitudes and deal with people's kind of just the way they are. You have to deal with it. You have to know who's who and what's what. So I started to have a hard time dealing with people just because of the nature of who I am. I'm a very nice person to begin with, and I think that sometimes when you're too nice, people take advantage of it, and sometimes I did get taken advantage of by my employees. Not in a bad way. It's just I was just too nice to kind of discipline them when they weren't doing the right things. So I had to rely on in a business like this where I had about 7 employees during one shift. I had to rely on everyone to bring their 100%. And it's not something you can force upon people. Some people are just having a bad day, and unfortunately that bad day would translate to a bad product or a bad experience for the customers. So that it's just trying to manage a business and trying to manage people at the same time is a tough deal. And on top of that, you actually had to manage the business, which is the financial part, and make sure everyone got paid, make sure the city is happy with, the condition of your business, whether it's the building inspection, the health inspection, just dealing with broken machines. It's just multi-faceted part of doing business. And it's something that a lot of business owners don't really talk about. They just talk about the actual business. So, long story short, after about 5 years, I'm still doing it, but about 5 years now, I'm slowly getting burnt out because I'm getting tired of dealing with everything except for the actual waffle. I'm getting really tired of it. It's not as exciting as it was. Of course, I've been doing it for 5 years now, so it's not as exciting and it's not challenging anymore. It's almost the same thing every single weekend, and I'm starting to lose my edge, or it's starting to lose its edge. I'm not quite sure, but so I'm just not. I'm not burnt out with the actual product and the actual business. I'm just burnt out with everything besides the actual business. I'm tired of dealing with people. I'm tired of depending on people, depending on my employees to show up, depending on my employees to make a good product. You can tell them as much as you want, but they will only make a good product if they feel like it. So, I decided to, what? It's not making me happy anymore. I wish I could do a business that was like a one-person business, where I only depend on myself. And the outcome of this particular business depends solely on me. If I made a good post on YouTube, it's because I'm talented. And if I made a bad post on YouTube, it's because I'm not good enough. It's really that simple. And I like when the control is solely on me and nobody else. The outcome is based on me, on my performance. And that's what I really want. I don't want to have to deal with the landlord anymore. I don't want to have to deal with employees. I don't want to have to deal with the city. I don't want to have to deal with the city inspectors. I don't want to have to deal with things that I cannot control and I cannot make people do. So I decided, why not switch gears to YouTube? I have so much experience. And by experience, what I mean is I've made so many mistakes. I've made so many mistakes in doing business. Why not start a YouTube channel where I can talk about these things and I can talk about the mistakes I've done and the solutions that I've made to take care of these mistakes. I think I've led an interesting life. Maybe in another video I'll talk about the things I've done prior to opening an actual business. I've done plenty of other things. So I have plenty of experience in this type of thing. And I think it would be fun to make a video, almost like a video diary series where I can talk about this stuff. And it's really not for clicks or likes or anything like that. It's really just for me. So that one day when I look back, I can show my girls, and maybe I can kind of remind myself of the things I went through when I was going through it. And so this is where this video started. It's just I just want to start simple again. I want to start fresh again. And although I may not make as much money as I do now doing YouTube, who knows? But that's not the point. Money's never been my kind of driving factor of doing things. I've always done things because it's a challenge. I've done things because it's interesting. But I've never done things just because it's a lot of money, And if money comes, if God gives me money, then I'll take it. If not, it's okay. I'll find a way to make money. But this is a new challenge for me, and this is something that I'm very interested in doing. I think I'm getting better and better by the video, and of course I have much more polishing to do. I spent a lot of my time buying equipment and just trying to figure out how this equipment works. Then I have to figure out how to edit these videos. So it's a challenge, but it's a fun challenge because it's hard. And a lot of people may not understand this, but I thank God that these things are hard because it's fun. It's what fulfills me. I don't want to do things that I don't have to use my brain with. That's not something I enjoy doing. So I just want to make this video to kind of explain. And maybe there are other entrepreneurs out there, maybe business owners out there that may feel the same way that I feel. But the problem is they may feel trapped because they've built this life where they depend on the money that their business brings. Whereas I lead a very simple life. I'm not really into materialistic things, so I'm not leveraged on bills and stuff. So I don't have to do the things I have to do. I do them because I like to do them. So that's a blessing that I have, and I'm able to pursue this now. So I guess I'm making this video for the entrepreneurs out there that feel the way I feel, and I don't think I'm gonna offer you any solutions. I just want to let you know that you're not alone, you know. And I think a lot of times, feeling like you're not alone is very helpful in itself. Sometimes there aren't solutions, but making this video is sort of therapeutic for me, and I hope you find something out of it. I hope you enjoy it. If you do like this type of stuff and you like what I'm saying and you kind of understand what I'm saying, I hope you consider subscribing and hit the like button. I'm going to be doing much more of these videos more on a consistent basis because that's kind of the thing to do and I like doing it. And all right, I'll catch you in the next video.